joining me today. Today I'm bringing you a layout that I created for a challenge on International Scrapbooking Day. Our challenge was set down by Crazy Craft Obsessions, and the challenge was to use busy paper. You could do anything with it, but it had to be a busy paper. So this is what I decided to do. Sorry, I needed a drink. Okay, so when I think of a busy paper layout as a challenge, I think of punches and shapes. They allow you to duplicate over and over and over, same size, same shapes, create patterns within patterns. That's what I think of. So what I decided to do is pull out an old 6x6 paper pad, which was the Heidi Swapp Colour Fresh paper pad, and it's a 6x6. I love the colours in it, but they're pretty busy, and for whatever reason, I just haven't gone back to the paper pad for some reason, and today I decided that was going to be it. This is what I was going to do. So what you're seeing me do here is cut out a heap of circles. Now, something I want to draw your attention to in this, I don't often have a tool of choice by brand, okay? Something that I want all my subscribers to know, anyone watching my videos, if I recommend something, first of all, I'm not getting a kickback from any of this, okay? And if I do ever get a kickback, I will definitely let you know up front. This is completely just me recommending while we watch me cut out circles. Those scissors are the Tim Holtz 9-inch scissors. I also have the mini snips as well. Why am I talking about them? Anyone that has watched any of my previous videos, I have mentioned one or two times that I do suffer from fibromyalgia, and I do suffer from chronic rheumatoid arthritis. Now, unfortunately, yes, at 45 years of age, this is pretty debilitating. I'm improving. That's not why I'm mentioning it. Why I'm mentioning this is I have not heard anybody on any of the YouTube videos that I've watched, including Tim Holtz, I have not heard anybody explain why these scissors are so good. And you will see me flick it up here shortly. These scissors have got a flexible handle. They're not hard plastic. Both the small ones and the large ones, they're actually soft and pliable. They're firm enough that you don't squash the scissors, but they're flexible enough that they don't hurt your hands when you're using them. So if you're like me and you really like fussy cutting, but you find yourself getting really sore hands, I highly, highly recommend getting yourself a set of these scissors. Now, a pair of these scissors. They're all sold separately. I don't believe they're sold together. But I bought mine, and I do know that Crazy Craft Obsessions have them on their website. If you're in, you can get them in all different places, but I know they do stock them as well. And they are fantastic. Now, I'm going to get off my soapbox now, but I genuinely wanted to mention that because I've never heard anyone say that. Okay, what am I using here? Simmerz Paints. Now, these are new to me. I have finally bitten the bullet and bought myself some. And they are the most... They're so bright. This does not even do justice for how bright they are. They are seriously pigmented. I know that when I watch other people use these, they add a lot of water and they sort of roll it around on the paper. I did put gesso. I used the Finnabair Art Basics clear gesso on the page first because I wanted them to be bright. And then I realised, wow, these really are bright. I love it though. Don't get me wrong. That's not a complaint. Merely an observation, not a complaint. They are so good. They're kind of like, I'm likening them to just a water paint, a watercolor. But if you don't add lots of water, they are so vibrant and I love them. Am I bothered if I go through the entire pot? No. Mind you, all of this thick, lush key lime. So the green colour is called key lime and it's a Shimmerz. And the pink is One Hot Mama and it's a Creameez. The difference, Creameez you add water to. Shimmerz, they come as a liquid form in the pot. So you just got to mix them up to get that mica glittery gel, going. Okay, this is me playing. So I've cut my circles. I've got my base drying. Now I'm thinking to myself, what am I going to do with this? And then it hits me. Right. When I do anything like this, with lots of busy patterns, I like to create a block of them. So either a block in a corner, a block in the middle, a block through the center, diagonally. It doesn't matter. There's a million different ways you could do it. This is one of the things that I like to do. Now, I am going to start, I'm working on a series at the moment, and it's going to be called Karren Shorts. So or Karren Shorts or Scrappy Shorts, or I'm not sure what I'm going to call it, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do short, quick, learn how to videos so you can just very quickly see a technique, see it come to fruition, and you might want to use it, you might not want to use it. Move on to the next one. You might learn something, you might learn a different way of doing something that you've always been doing. For example, right here, lots of people use tissue paper behind their photos. See, I just did the squeezy thing with the scissors to show you. Squirrel. Okay, so a lot of people use tissue paper behind their photos. Now, I don't like to do that a lot, mainly because it's not acid and lignin free. Neither is tracing paper. So the reason I use tracing paper where I would normally use vellum is because it's so much cheaper and it looks exactly the same. True story. Give it a go, because if you're here in Australia, and I said that really weird then. It was like I pronounced every syllable of Australia. Here in Australia, we have, so Montmartre, one of the $2 shops in my area is called King Kong's, and they actually stock a lot of Montmartre products. And that's what this is, Montmartre tracing paper. It's a tracing paper pad, and I use it all the time for backing my photos, to create a blur without an added border. It's really cool. Do you think I've waffled enough that I've just realised how long it took me to get all these circles in a row? Oh, gee whiz. Unbelievable. Now, what else can I tell you about? I want to tell you about, so the short videos are are coming up with, sorry, I just got a text message. Whew, that one has just blown me away. All right, so I'm going to get to the end of this video without waffling. I apologize. Now, okay, this is the brightest lime green. I didn't know where I would ever use this paper, I'll be true, because I always gravitate towards, I have always gravitated towards earthy tones, navy blues, black, white, that sort of, palette. But my palette's changing. I'm challenging myself to have, I don't know, use brighter colours and just push myself out of that comfort zone. And I'm loving it. I really am. I'm loving it. And this is another one of those moments where I just went, this actually looks really good. I sound shocked, don't I? Isn't that bizarre? I sound really shocked. I shouldn't sound shocked. It's great. It's fun. I'm loving the mixed media at the moment. Absolutely creating my own backgrounds. I'm just loving it. Sorry, this is like my 5th voiceover this morning, and it's 9:31 a.m. I'm trying to voice over in between pelting down rain that just keeps coming over, wave after wave after wave. I tell you what, us Queenslanders, mate, we are copping it good and proper. Whew. This rain, these rain events, up until 2022, I swear, I never heard about a rain bomb. Never. Not once. This is the 3rd time I've heard the term rain bomb in as many months. I'll tell you what, when they say rain bomb, for all my American viewers, if you're still with me and I haven't turned you off with the scissors and the colours and the shimmers and everything else, at the moment I'm using a Posca pen, by the way. Posca pen set 0.7mm. I thought I'd give it a go with a gel marker, but didn't like that. I wanted it bolder, so I went back with the Posca pen. I'm pulling those back out a bit more as well. Let's be honest, Posca pens are not cheap, and why I have this resource just sitting there not being used, no idea. I love it. It gives you a really solid matte line. It's not glossy. I love that. So if you ever want to try any of my, I don't own them, but any ideas where, see how I'm just drawing a line around it? It just gives it that little bit of a pop, and it makes it, see with the black line around the green, it just makes it stand out a bit more. It's not backed, it's just a line. That's all it is. So give it a try. Let me know if you give it a try. Jump over onto my socials. I've got Facebook and I've got Instagram. That's where I post a lot of still photos of these videos that I do, because if you're like me, I like to see the still photos and kind of do a bit of an autopsy on it, because that's how I can work out how you've actually done it. So I find it really helpful to see the still photos. Feel free, anyone, as I've said previously, if I've put something on a social media outlet, be it YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, it's free for all. You want to copy it, you want to copy a piece of it, you want to copy the whole thing, knock yourself out. Okay, so now I've used the Posca pens. I've currently disappeared. I will return, promise. I'm looking for a title. Now, because I was doing these these weren't a planned video as such. These were just me mucking around on National Scrapbook Day. I didn't actually have everything out and ready to go like I do when I'm doing a video. So I apologise if these seem a bit clunky. It's because it's just me in my room scrapping, and I thought I'd already done a couple of pages, and I thought I might as well just flick the video on, and if it turns out, it turns out. You know, I'll just do a voiceover, and if people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. It's all good. So I ended up using the Thickers Colourful Puffy stickers. That's what I used, and this is me going around with a thicker Posca pen, giving it a border. I didn't want to bring too much black to it because I really love those Shimmerz. Those Simmerz Paints, they just looked so good. I absolutely adored them. So what I ended up doing was I went around with my thicker Posca pen, and then I went around with my thinner one. So the thick line is solid all the way around, but the thinner line, I lifted the pen up and sort of gave all different lengths to the second line in the border. And it's just another border design that looks really good and helps finish off a page. So when you look at the photos, you will notice there is something slightly different. I'm not sure if I videoed it, but I do, let me see. Now, I do put a little bit of journaling on here. The reason I put my journaling here, now when you're looking at a layout, because I did the paint in a diagonal, going from the top left to the bottom right, I wanted to draw the black down from the title on the top left and draw your eye down to the bottom right. So I used my black gel pen, which is a Uniball Gel Impact Pen. It's 1.0 millimeter, it's 1 mil, so it's a little bit thicker. So it gives you a more, you can see there, it's just a thicker sort of colour. Now, I did go around and do some black splatters, some black ink splatters. I don't know if I videoed it. That was a quick close-up, but I do a better one. And I believe it's after I put the splatters on. Yes. So I think it needed a little bit more black on the page just to tie it all together. So if you're still with me, thank you so much for watching, and I'd be blown away if you guys subscribe to my channel. That would really help me out by getting my channel out to other people so they can learn too. Thanks guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.